few, the proud, the Marines. Battles are won within.
We'll always honor the bravery and selfishness of the Americans who
In
serve.
that place where promises are kept.
We will not let them stop our mission. We will continue the evacuation.
Promises to oneself.
You're a really dull class.
Promises to one's community.
A damn liar, man. That's not true.
Promises to one's country.
Clap for that, you stupid bastard.
The few, the proud.
You know the thing.
How old were you when you suddenly realized that the people who run the United States of America don't actually care about you? They don't care about making your life any better. They simply care about power, their own power, and grabbing more of it. And the easiest way to grab power in the modern political landscape is through wokeness and identity politics and virtue signaling. How else do you explain the Brittney Griner swap for a Russian terrorist this week? Brittney Griner is a WNBA player who was in Russia playing basketball when she was arrested and pled guilty to possession of cannabis vape cartridges at an airport near Moscow. Possessing 7 grams or more of cannabis carries criminal penalties in Russia. Those can include up to 2 years of corrective labor. Griner was charged with smuggling cannabis into Russia, a crime that holds a sentence of 5 to 10 years. Griner was sentenced to 9 years hard labor. Griner became a darling of the American media because she is on the identity politics spectrum. She is a lesbian, she is a sports athlete, she is a pseudo-celebrity, even though only 12 people maximum attend every single NBA game, and Brittney Griner is, of course, a America-hating leftist. Brittney Griner said that she doesn't want the national anthem to play before the WNBA games, this coming from somebody who's a 2-time Olympic basketball champion. Yes, she's represented the United States inside the Olympics, yet she is offended by our national anthem. This is what's being produced currently on the left, and they have to take care of their own. That's why Joe Biden needed to pull out all of these stops to free Brittney Griner. Joe Biden decided to release a man named Viktor Bout. Who is Viktor Bout? Viktor Bout is the merchant of death, so-called. He is a flamboyant arms dealer. He's in his mid-50s with Russian military background. He was born in Tajikistan. Viktor Bout became a billionaire by raiding the armories of the collapsing Soviet Union in the 1990s and using old Soviet cargo planes to transport black market weapons to conflict zones around the world. Bout's criminal genius has been hailed by every international law enforcement agency that went after him. He was smart enough to mix his weapon shipments with more legitimate cargoes, posturing as a humanitarian who wanted to sell cheap food to starving Africans. Meanwhile, he was selling guns to every bad actor and terrorist group, from Al-Qaeda to Hezbollah to the Taliban and its enemies in Afghanistan. Viktor Bout's arms sales directly led to the slaughter of untold numbers of Americans and U.S. servicemen. Viktor Bout was nabbed in just such a scheme in Thailand in 2008 while he was trying to sell weapons to Colombian terrorists who were actually CIA agents in disguise. Viktor Bout wasn't just trying to sell them small arms, he was trying to sell them a wartime arsenal. 300,000 AK-47 firearms, 10 million rounds of ammunition, 800 surface-to-air missiles, C4 plastic explosives, ultralight airplanes outfitted with grenade launchers, and unmanned aerial vehicles. This is the kind of arsenal that you use to invade another country. Viktor Bout is one of the most dangerous terrorists who have ever lived, and he is now free because of wokeism, because of the identity politics that has infested like a cancer the Democrat Party that is currently in charge of our nation. Meanwhile, legitimate American heroes, Paul Whelan, a Marine and a former cop from Michigan, sits in a Russian prison rotting. That's right, not part of the negotiations was Paul Whelan. Former U.S. Marine Paul Whelan has spoken out from a Russian prison after 4 years behind bars, slamming the Biden administration for failing to secure his release in the prisoner swap that freed WNBA star Brittney Griner. Whelan said that he was being held hostage of Russia and pleaded for the White House to do everything that they could to get him home. He faces another 12 years in a Russian penal colony. Thursday's controversial prison swap saw Saudi Arabian Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman help broker Griner's release in exchange for a Russian arms dealer known as the Merchant of Death. Republicans have accused Joe Biden of favoring celebrities over veterans, as Paul Whelan is left to languish in a Russian prison on espionage charges that his family and the U.S. government say are baseless. I am greatly disappointed that more has not been done to secure my release, especially as the 4-year anniversary of my arrest is upcoming, Whelan told CNN in a phone call from a Russian penal colony. I don't understand why I'm still sitting here. I was arrested for a crime that never occurred. Sorry, Paul. Turns out that you're a white, former cop, American service member. You served your country honorably, and that's just not in political fashion these days. Good luck rotting in jail. Even Joe Rogan sees the repulsive hypocrisy and hierarchy here as hundreds of thousands of Americans sit and rot in American jails for a scintilla of what Brittney Griner was locked up for in Russia. Watch.
People are freaking out about this, right? They're freaking out. Russia needs to let her go. We have people in America right now locked up for marijuana, and they've been locked up for years. For years
That's
and
funny.
years and years. And there's not one.
That's
There's
funny.
thousands of them.
Yeah,
so what,
yeah.
they're not good at throwing a fucking ball into a net?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
They're not good at that one thing that we like to watch?
Oh,
So
dude.
those fucking people don't get let out?
Meanwhile, on The View, none of this happened because Brittney Griner broke the law. It's because the WNBA players don't get paid enough.
I think it highlights why our women need to be paid their value in sports, because that's why she was over there in the first place.
To paraphrase Bill Burr, where's Sunny Hosen and the ladies of The View buying their season passes to WNBA games? Why aren't you supporting women if you're so passionate about it? Sunny Hosen, why don't you tell me which team was it that Brittney Griner played for? I'll wait. Peter Ducey asked Karine Jean-Pierre how they could possibly justify releasing one of the world's most dangerous men for one of the world's dumbest and most mediocre athletes. This was the response, predictably.
In this prisoner swap, why did Russia get such a better deal?
Look, I've talked about this, and I'll say this again. Here were our choices. Our choices was Brittney or no one at all. Bringing home one American or no American at all. And
they
that's
gave up a professional athlete. We gave up a prolific arms dealer who was convicted of trying to kill Americans, who was called the Merchant of Death.
the professional athlete is also an American citizen. So let's not forget that. Who
And Paul
deserved,
Whelan is an American citizen,
and
so we
so,
can do this all
and I've explained how the Russians have illegally treated, totally illegitimately treated his situation. I've been very clear on that. We've laid that out for you. And again, the president felt that this was an opportunity to bring Brittney home. He is going to continue to do everything he can to bring Paul Whelan home, just like he did with Trevor Reed, just like he was able to secure Trevor Reed's release.
The answer is no. The regime did not even try to get Paul Whelan, the U.S. Marine, out of jail. They don't care about Paul Whelan. They don't care about people that do not match and meet the identity politics spectrum of hierarchy. What matters to them is the selective outrage of the media and the activist class. What kind of deal is it to swap Brittney Griner, a basketball player who openly hates our country, for the man known as the Merchant of Death, who is one of the biggest arms dealers anywhere in the world, and responsible for tens of thousands of deaths and horrific injuries? Why wasn't former Marine Paul Whelan included in the totally one-sided transaction? He would have been let out for the asking. What a stupid and unpatriotic embarrassment for the USA. You know you've messed up when Donald Trump and Adam Kinzinger are on the same side. Donald Trump saying on Truth Social, and Adam Kinzinger openly complaining on Twitter the same thing, saying, why wasn't Paul Whelan released? The answer is right in front of you. They are openly committing crimes against our culture. They are openly committing crimes against our morality and our shared virtue here as a country. The hierarchy of identity politics and selective outrage for the dispossessed is leading to the dumbest foreign policies in American history. We have simply committed an act of actual war crime against ourselves by releasing one of the most dangerous men to ever come from Russia back to Russia at a time when we are currently at war with Russia. We are putting American lives in danger. The ultimate goal of wokeness is the demoralization of the American people, the debasement of the very reason that this country was founded. All men created equal? Don't think so. Hierarchy simply is something that is reorganized under identity politics. It is the dispossessed who are now at the top. This was never about restructuring into an equal or equitable society. This has always ever been about reprioritization based on skin color and backgrounds and immutable qualities. It is not progressive, it is regressive. Wokeness is a cancer, and it's killing this nation. God help Paul Whelan and his suffering family. You don't deserve this. Thank you for watching. Our channel is here to meme the libs until they cry and then to meme them crying. Their tears taste like ice cream. We ridicule the establishment, and we do so because of you. Your support keeps us going. So if you liked what you saw, please click the thumbs up. Please punch, subscribe, and ring the bell to let you know when we have a new video. Don't you want us to let you know when we're live? Please check out more of our videos here and sign up for our mailing list in case something happens and the plug gets pulled. We want to be able to keep in touch with you. My name is Benny Johnson, and thank you for watching. Based Patriots, stay free.